views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
This is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page, here with a phone-in guest. His name is Matt Cobb, and he is of Clothes for Joe's. So, good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, thank you. I understand you have a group or store, whatever, called Clothes for Joe's?
Yes, we're a non-for-profit business here in Northeast Indiana. We're based out of Fort Wayne, and we are expanding to New Haven.
Oh, yeah.
We were created to help our local veterans make sure that they have all of their essential needs met.
So when they say essential needs, what's that, dear? Like clothing or?
Well, absolutely. We focus on clothing. That's how we got the name Clothes for Joe.
Yes.
Kind of like, the Joe is a term for someone who was in the service. They were a Joe. So we're looking for Clothes for Joes to make sure our veterans always have the clothes that they need. We have a big population of veterans that are homeless, on the streets, and destitute here at Fort Wayne. So we ended up creating this because 5 years ago, I had a veteran contact me and say he was trying to get coats together for homeless veterans. And after we worked together, we got about 90 coats.
Wow.
Which was good because, we had 90 veterans who needed coats. At the same time, they needed more than coats. So that's when we created Clothes for Joe's, so that people could donate other items to us and make sure that we got them. You got people, who served our country. They signed on the line, that they put their life on the line for us to defend our freedoms. And now some of them are on the streets. They don't have clean socks. They don't have another fresh set of underwear. So we're always accepting those types of things. But if you have gently used clothing that's clean, that you want to go to a veteran, you donate it to Clothes for Joe's. And then we opened up a store downtown where veterans come in and they can shop with dignity and with respect. They can shop like anywhere else, and they can pick through all the items that have been donated, and they can take whatever they need for free. Because everybody with Clothes for Joe's is a volunteer. So that's awesome. So our veterans, if they need a shirt, if they need shoes, if they need anything, they can go through our store on Saturdays and shop for free, which is awesome. It's been an incredible service.
Do you have blankets for them?
We have whatever anyone has donated to us. So we always have blankets. We'll have bedding needs a lot of times, and we'll put together packages of what people have donated.
Yes.
Because we have had veterans who were fortunate to get off the streets and get an apartment, and we were able to get them some of the things they needed for their apartment too. When people subscribe or follow us on Facebook, we will post, hey, we need a chair, and then we can go get a chair. But we don't have a storage facility for furniture.
Yeah.
So we don't like to get into the furniture collection business. We don't have a thrift store. So we try to get donations as we need them for things like that. But we want to make sure that that our veterans have what they need.
Yes. Well, you're well welcomed here to help our veterans. No matter, are you going to be branching out or something away from Fort Wayne and New Haven, or just this general area?
We have the new mayor of New Haven contacted us and asked if we could put a collection bin at City Hall. And we put a collection bin for clothing at City Hall back in January, which has been great. So the community of New Haven really embraced us and has started donating great clothing into our bin at City Hall, which is right behind the police department, so nobody messes with it, and we don't get a lot of garbage put in there.
Yes.
So it's been wonderful. And now, because of our presence in New Haven, we had local realtor Gary Gerardo. He donated a space for us to put up a store.
Oh.
It's just a storefront, and this is going to be a place where a veteran can come and do a little bit of shopping, but it's really small. What's different about this is because it's downtown New Haven, we wanted to make it a place where anybody could come in and shop. So we're going to have new clothing here that's patriotic, that helps support our cause, that helps support our mission. So we'll be selling T-shirts here so that we can get a little money to help our veterans, because to drive around and pick up clothes, it takes gas and it takes a van, and we got to be able to do those things. And when somebody needs a pair of shoes and we don't have the right size, we go out and buy them. We're not going to have somebody walk around without shoes.
Oh yeah.
We need funds as well. So this Saturday is our ribbon cutting at 10 a.m. here at 618 Broadway, and we will be accepting donations. We'll be accepting new clothes. We'll accept gently worn clothes, and we'll be accept donations, and we'll have T-shirts available if somebody wants to donate to get a T-shirt. We have all those things coming on this Saturday in New Haven from 10 till noon.
Where is that in New Haven? Do you have an address for that for us?
618 Broadway, and we're directly across from Rich's Cafe. If you know the landmarks in New Haven, it's right across from Rich's, which is wonderful.
Is that the main drag?
Yeah, Broadway, yep.
The Broadway, okay. Who originally founded this group of yours?
I did.
Oh.
I founded this with a Iraq War veteran and his wife. Mm-hmm. Back almost 5 years ago, we started in 2000 and we're 2020 now, so it would have been 2015.
Wow.
That we started Clothes for Joe's, and the three of us started it. Unfortunately, their marriage didn't last, and when their marriage didn't last, they were no longer able to help support Clothes for Joe's.
That's tough. That's
we
tough.
moved on, and I got other volunteers, and we've been working ever since. Our initial location at 2410 Fairfield Avenue is in the lower level of the Carpless Library Manuscript Museum, which is a wonderful free museum of documents and manuscripts that's a great part of our community. And they donate the lower level for us to operate our Clothes for Joe's out of. So that's our donation center and veteran store, where we sort through all the clothing and make sure we have, that everything's clean and orderly, and then we put it in categories so we can put it out on the shelves and in the racks from there. And sometimes we get stuff that we can't use.
Yes.
We don't need a lot of things for women and children. People want to donate to the same place though, so we understand that if they donate that, we're just going to sort through it, because most of our veterans are male. We have a few female veterans, and sometimes they need a couple things for children, but we get more of that than we need.
Yes.
So when we do, we take that and we trade it. We trade it with other charities, like the rescue mission,
Yes.
or the Franciscan Center. And when I say trade, we give them the bags of clothing we can't use, and then they give us vouchers that our veterans can use. So even though it's stuff the veterans can't wear, it's helping the veterans, because then we have this voucher so they can go shop over at Treasure House with, or they could shop at the Franciscan Center with, when they need other things besides clothing.
So, how many stores do you have altogether then?
We have
Altogether.
one in Fort Wayne at 2410 Fairfield Avenue, and then we have our new one here at 618 Broadway is going to open up this Saturday, so that'll be our second location.
Let's talk about the grand opening. What are you going to be doing, actually? You got a big ribbon or something?
Yeah, we got a big ribbon. The mayor of New Haven is going to be helping us cut the ribbon, and we will have a trailer here that we're be accepting donations, and we're going to have Cycle Shop 469 will be here roasting hot dogs, and anyone who donates can get a hot dog. And
Guess
we'll
who's
be
coming? Guess who's
selling
coming?
T-shirts. What's that?
Guess who's coming? Hot dogs.
All right.
All
Yeah,
righty.
you gotta have hot dogs.
Oh, can't
Right.
be without. Mm-hmm.
And then there's a possibility that Cycle Shop 469 might be they might be donating a motorcycle. So people have to come out this Saturday and check it out and see if that's what that's all about. So
Is that a raffle
we won't
off?
have the details until Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's not really a raffle. I think it's going to be just a drawing. You know, when people, you're not buying raffle tickets. You know, but people who donate will be eligible for the drawing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great.
So you have to buy a shirt from Clothes for Joe's to get a ticket then?
Well, we'll have shirts, and if you buy a shirt, you'll definitely get a ticket. And if you buy a shirt from Cycle Shop 469, you'll get a ticket.
Yeah.
And then we'll have tickets that are available for no purchase down at 2410 Fairfield Avenue. You know, for those people who don't want to donate, they'll still be able to get a ticket. But so it's not really a raffle; it's more of a drawing for people who are supporting Clothes for Joe's, and it's no purchase necessary.
When will it be raffled off? At the end of summer or beginning of September or what?
Yeah, at the end of August, that's when they're going to have a drawing. They'll probably have it out at the Cycle Shop or right here at the New Haven location. We don't have that date yet. These are newly developed things. We don't have all the details, but we're super excited about them. And we share this New Haven location is actually the front of the warehouse where Cycle Shop 469 stores their extra motorcycles. So they'll be here on Saturday as well. So if you're a Harley person, you might want to check out some of their bikes that they have here as well.
Oh, I have a question. Do you have to be there when the tickets are drawn? The raffle?
I don't know that detail either. So we will be able to we will know those answers on Saturday for the people who are out here to check it all out. And if anyone wants to come up to our store next week, we'll be open Tuesday through Saturday. We open up at 10 a.m. and we'll be here till 5 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, and we'll be here from 10 to 2 on Saturday. If you can't make it to our ribbon cutting this Saturday, then come out and see us next week, and we'll still have tickets available for people who are donating.
And your goals for the stores, where are you going to be branching out? Do you have any ideas what your future is?
Well, we'd like to make our clothing available online for any patriots to be able to purchase, and we're going to focus on taking care of our veterans here in Northeast Indiana first. So whatever funds that we're able to bring in are all go towards our veterans here in Fort Wayne, Allen County, and then Northeast Indiana as we branch out. We want to be able to get to some of the smaller towns. We're in discussions with some of the other people here local to ramp up our distribution of the donated clothes, and we're looking to get a trailer when we have the funds for it, so
Oh.
we can go out and visit places like like
mobile?
Fern and Bluffton and Huntington, and we could take our trailer out there and help take care of veterans in the smaller communities that surround Northeast Indiana. You know, we want to be able to get up to Auburn and, you know, any place where there's veterans who need our help. We want to make sure that we are able to do that. So, you know, as we're accepting donations and able to grow, we will grow our distribution. That's what we'd like to be able to do, so we can help more veterans. There's so many out there that could use our help, and they really did a great service for us with our country to defend, you know, us, and we want to make sure that they are taken care of.
My dad was in the Royal Canadian Air Force. I'm from Canada. And this was during the
Wonderful.
Second World War.
Well, thank you for his service.
Yes. I do have a soft heart for the Air Force.
As well you should.
As well I should. Do you have a website? Are you working on one, or
We
do you
do
have...
have a website, and it's somebody hijacked it. I don't know. That's not the right word. I shouldn't say that. Don't get anybody. Nobody needs to panic. But it's being rerouted. Our website is closeforjoes.org, and we expect it to be up and running within the next week.
That's good.
It is supposedly working now, but it keeps referring. It keeps sending people somewhere else.
I went on
We got to
there.
find out how people are getting rerouted.
I don't know.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I went on there to find it, and I was rerouted. I go, oh,
Yeah. So we got to figure out why it's getting rerouted like that.
what would you like to share with my audience about how to reach out to the veterans, especially when they're not having their homes or not in their homes or ill in hospital or have relatives?
You know, for folks that are on Facebook, please look at our page, Close for Joe's on Facebook, and we're always posting the things that we're doing to help our veterans.
Yes.
We don't always post a lot of pictures of them because we want to make sure that they have their privacy. Some of them allow us to take their pictures and post them, some of them don't, and that's okay.
That's understandable.
But anything, you know, if anybody wants to help support us, there's always links on our Facebook page. And then we're located, you know, this news store in New Haven is available for folks if you would like to send us anything that we could use for our veterans. That's wonderful. If somebody wants to send us a letter, you know, if children or students want to send letters to local veterans who, you know, don't necessarily get all those types of things, send them to 618 Broadway in New Haven, and we'll make sure that local veterans receive those letters, and we'll get them to those veterans, and they would love that.
Is there?
So we work with other community organizations. You know, we've partnered up with the DAV. We've partnered up with Invisible Vets. We've partnered up with Shepherd's House,
Wow.
Safe Haven.
Yeah.
And we've worked with VFWs and Legion Halls. And we're going to work with everybody who's in the, you know, the veteran community to make sure that our veterans' needs are met. And, you know, sometimes we're the people who just get people in the right direction. And we might be the people who can get. We're not therapists, but we might know a therapist who can help somebody.
That's what I was going to ask.
You know, we're not financial aid, but
Yes.
sometimes we can refer people, you know, veterans to get the assistance they need. So we like to help in every way that we can. And some folks, you know, unfortunately, they're traumatized, and they might never get off the streets.
Oh.
And so if they never get off the streets, while they're on the streets, we're still going to make sure that they have clothing, because, you know, they're damaged, but they probably weren't damaged before they served. And we're going to still make sure that they get taken care of. And some of those folks are the veterans who are invisible. Some of those folks are, you know, the veterans that people don't think about, you know. And
You see them
But we're
falling.
going to do everything we can to try. You know, we've got wonderful success stories with our veterans where we had a veteran who was homeless who came in and asked for clothing because they were going to interview for a job,
Oh, yeah.
and they got the job. Then
Oh.
they came in and asked for clothing to work the job, and we got them work clothes. And then a little while later, they got were able to move into their own apartment, and we were able to get them some things for their apartment, like bedding and sheets. And, you know, now that same veteran 2 years later comes back and donates to us because they know we're helping other veterans like he was to make sure they can move up, that they can get themselves more grounded and get the things that they don't have money for. And we've got wonderful success stories that way, and we hope to have hundreds of, more as we reach out and grow Clothes for Joe's.
So when you do have the grand opening, are you expecting a lot of people? For the grand
The
opening.
grand opening is this Saturday from 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock at 618 Broadway. It's going to be a good day, and hopefully the footage demonstrates what we're all about. We want to make sure that anybody can come into our store and, help support local veterans. If you come into the Patriot store here in New Haven, you'll be able to pick up a shirt that you can be proud to wear and know that the funds are going to help veterans right here. Sometimes when you see ads on television and you don't know where your money's going when you donate, you know that the money here for Clothes for Joe's is help supporting veterans right here in our own community. So that's a great benefit of coming into our store. So if you're not here, for those of you who when people can't come to the grand opening, please come in and see our store, though. Come check us out and see what we're all about.
Later after it's open, of course.
Yeah, after it's open.
Hey, what is your phone number that people can reach you if they can't reach you via computer?
It's 260-442-8600.
That's a good number.
Thank you.
You're welcome, hon. Well, it's getting towards the end of the show, so thank you for coming on my
Thank
show.
you very much.
See you next
All
week.
right. Thank
God
you for
bless.
having us on the show. We appreciate it. You have a great day.
You
We
too.
hope to see you out here at Clothes for Joe's.
Okay.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always for the rest of our lives.